Hello, everyone. My name is Wilson, and we're doing a vintage cube on Magic Online. You can check out my stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, starting at 5 p.m. Pacific and ending at about 8-ish. And let's get in this pack one. So first thing I like to do when you go on to Magic Online, everything when you draft, it sorts by rarity. And since this is cube, we don't really need to do that. So right-click anywhere in this negative space here. We're going to sort by color and see what we got here. No power, but we're going to pick up the greatest thief in the multiverse, Dak Faden. Dak is so good in this cube, which has tons of signets. Obviously, the Moxen, but he's great. He's a great guy. So, and then along with being able to steal everything, he's just a double looter. So I'm in. Dak Faden, pick one. Here, let's see. There's some interesting picks here. There's like Toxic Deluge, Bitter Blossom, Golgari Signet is something I'm looking at. Oracle of Moldiah is very interesting, especially with Dak Faden's loot ability. Really the cards that I'm looking at here are like Compulsive Research, maybe Dragon Lord Ojutai. I'm going to take the Compulsive Research. Just a good card draw effect. And like, we have one thing that I like to think about with Cube is what are even just different avenues of attack. And one avenue of attack that I'm looking at is target player draws 3 cards, target player draws 2 cards, discards 2 cards. I mean, we could get to a point where we mill our opponent out. Could pick up something like Brain Freeze. I don't know. But I'm going to take Compulsive Research because it's also just a good, a good 3-drop and a good card draw spell. All right, looking at this pack here, some interesting cards. There's like Gush, there's Watery Grave, Sphinx's Rev, also some red cards here, maybe even like Lightning Helix. I'm going to take the Gush. It's between Gush and Watery Grave. I really do like playing like a Grixis type of build in these types of cubes. There's a lot of like cool combos that you can do inside Grixis, and also just a lot of quality spells. So you know what? I am going to take the Watery Grave here. Gush is a little bit more, a little bit better if you pick up something like Fast Bond, where Gush really shines, or if you're playing like Storm. Doesn't look like we're going to be Storm here. I just like to maybe pick up some mana fixing and move along. All right. Crucible of Worlds is something that's been really catching my eye recently in this cube. There's a lot of cool interactions with it. And even something like, Crucible Strip Mine, you can just get somebody. You can just get them. Other cards I'm looking at here, Opheomancer is something. So, like, being in black and blue, you do get access to things like Opposition, and Opheomancer is very good with Opposition. I'm also looking at Is It Charm. I think there's also Orzhov Signet, which is quite good. This is a tough call. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Crucible of Worlds because it's also very good with both Compulsive Research and Dak Faden. I'm going to take that. Usually I'd take the Signet, but now we just have like great outs to things like Strip Mine and Wasteland, and those are just great cards. All right, what do we got here? Chandra is very interesting. There's a Johnny Vengeance. Johnny Vengeance is pretty darn good. And you know what? We don't have to be black. We could be, like Jeskai colors and play a Johnny. I'm not really down with things like Maze of Ith. Grim Tutor is fine. I don't think I'd ever play Magus of the Wheel. Then there's like some of these other cards. I'm going to take this as Johnny Vengeance. Seems like just a, good, powerful card that we like to have in our deck. So if we just kind of ignoring the Watery Grave right now, the cards that I'm looking at here are actually Restoration Angel or Temple of Epiphany. So Restoration Angel is interesting because then that gives us outs to Kiki-Jiki. And by being in red, Kiki-Jiki is very much a thing. I'm not really down with the temples. The temples are much better when you have things like Sundering Titan. Sundering Titan and the temples are great. I'm going to take this Restoration Angel, and maybe we're going to shy away from this Watery Grave. At least for now. At least for now, that's what we're gonna do. It's also Zealous Conscripts. So now we have like major outs to Kikijiki and Splinter Twin. So I think I'm gonna do that. Passing up things that are interesting in other decks, but I think Zealous Conscripts is definitely the pick for us. And followed up with we have Pentap Prism, which is okay. It's just a one-time burst of or sunburst of mana and color fixing. There's also Mental Misstep and some other cards that I don't think we're going to be playing. I think we're just going to take this Pentap Prism. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Quicken. I was thinking about Quicken with Upheaval the other day, and that just seems like something I want to do in my life. All these other cards are not for us. We could take the Enlightened Tutor to maybe get the Crucible Worlds going. I don't think that it's a Knight of the White Orchid. I'll take this Quicken. I don't think I'm going to play it, but it's fine. It's a fine thing. Boros Charm. So Boros Charm is very interesting, and I'm going to be taking it here. Boros Charm now allows us to have outs to things like Armageddon and Wrath of God and specifically Burning of Zinni. So the cool thing between Wildfire and Burning of Zinni is this strange little wording on the card. Ooh, Gush is still here. We have Crucible. So Gush is, I think, actually pretty cool, in case we get the fast bond. There's also Lightning Helix. You know what? I'm going to take the Lightning Helix. Now we have kind of like this cool little burn route that we can go. What was I saying? I don't know. Something about cards. I'm sure I'll come back to it. Bonfire of the Damned. Sure. Sword of War and Peace. Oh, the Boros Charm. I remember now. So, yeah, these are all kind of throwaway picks right now. I'll take the Sword of... yeah, I'll take the Sword. And we'll take the Nykthos and the Abyss. So, the cool thing with Boros Charm and Burning of Zinni is that Burning of Zinni says it's essentially an exact same card as Wildfire, except that Burning of Zinni says destroy 4 lands you control, while Wildfire says sacrifice them. So if you play Boros Charm before Burning of Zinni, you don't have to sacrifice any lands. Same with Armageddon, same with Wrath of God. You can play the permanents you control gain indestructible until end of turn. It's very, very useful. The other parts are very useful too, like the double strike and the 4 damage. They're all good. What do we got here? We got Control Magic. We got Thirst for Knowledge. We got Wandering Fumarole. I think it's between one of these 3. Control Magic, Thirst for Knowledge, Wandering Fumarole. No power, which is upsetting. We'll just steal our opponent's power with Dak Faden. We already have some card draw with Compulsive Research and card selection with Dak Faden. So I'm a little less inclined with the search for Thirst for Knowledge. Control Magic is interesting, but it's also double blue. I do kind of want some mana fixing, but Control Magic is very, very good. I'm just going to take that. When you're past Jace the Mind Sculptor, you don't say no. You don't say, nah, no Jace the Mind Sculptor for me. There is Kikijiki in this pack. Now, Kikijiki, oh, jeez. I don't think that I can pass Jace the Mind Sculptor for Kikijiki. Like, Jace will definitely not wheel. There is a chance Kikijiki will wheel. We have the Restoration and the Zealous Conscripts. If someone already has the Pestermite or Deceiver Exarch, they might take this. But I think we can get it back. And Jace is just too good. Bribery is a thing. We could take a Bribery, or we could take a Plateau. Plateau is, kind of what this deck really needs. Bribery is great and all. I think I'm going to take... not you, Voice of Resurgence. Settle down. There's Bribery, Batterskull, Path, Mom. There's a bunch of really good cards in here. I still want to either Time Walk or Ancestral with Goblin Dark Dwellers, but I'm going to take this Plateau. I think it's close. Ooh, Exarch? Okay. So if we're seeing Exarch, I think that there's a very good chance that we see that Kiki-Jiki. So I'm going to take this Deceiver Exarch, passing up on really nothing. Like, I'm not going to play this. Frantic Search is pretty bad. Sundering Titan, I was just talking about with the temples, is great. There's Revoker too, but I'm going to take this Exarch. Now we're just playing this deck, which is not bad. I like this deck. Magus of the Moon is interesting. There's also a Badlands. So like if we get something like a Bloodstained Mire, or no, I mean obviously Bloodstained Mire. What am I thinking? Like Polluted Delta. If we get Polluted Delta, then that can also become a red fetch. I don't think I'm going to be playing any of these. So yeah, I'll take the Badlands. I'm also going to keep my eye on this Watery Grave too. These are kind of in the same boat. So now we have like a good way to splash black, but nothing really that is pushing us in that direction. There's Phantasmal Image, which I think is going to be the pick here. Everything else here is kind of bobo, so I'm going to take Phantasmal Image. It just gives us like another copy of things like Zealous Conscripts. Arid Mesa can go and be obviously a red-white, but it can also be a red-white-black land. I'm still going to take it over something like Gideon Jura. Well, maybe we want Gideon Jura. If we pick up something like Wildfire, that's very good for this deck. We have a lot of Planeswalkers, and we're just trying to hold the ground until, we can get a combo online. But you know what? The only other choice would be like Gideon or Signet. Which, you know what? I'm just going to take this Arid Mesa. It's fine. It's fine. We're all fine here. I'm going to take Armageddon. Or you know what? Is it maybe Impulse? So Armageddon is good, but we don't have any Mana Rocks right now. That's kind of something that I'm going to want to prioritize in the next pack is Mana Rocks. Impulse is good because it allows us to try and find our combo, which I'm almost positive that the Kiki-Jiki will wheel. Impulse or Armageddon? You know what? I'm going to take the Impulse. Armageddon has not been great. Ooh, the Fumarole wield. Wonderful. Armageddon hasn't been great because there are signets in this cube. I don't really want to mess around with that. I mean, there is the like Wombo combo of Boros Charm and Armageddon, but I think Impulse is just better. We'll take this Fumarole. Kiki-Jiki did not wheel. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, there's that. I guess we take like Monastery Mentor. Kiki-Jiki did not wheel. I can't believe it. Take this Duretti. I think it's better than things like Port or cards that we're not going to be playing. We'll take a Pack Rat. We have outs to be playing Pack Rat too, with Badlands, Watery Grave, and the Arid Mesa to go get the Badlands. So then we could play Pack Rat. Pack Rat can just win the game on its own. You know what? We may play Bonfire because we have the Jace. We can put it on top of our deck. None of these are good. I'm going to take this Lumbering Falls. All right, we'll take this Master of the Wild Hunt and Wolfear Silverheart. Cool. All right, so what are we looking for in this next pack? We're looking for Mana Rocks. We're looking for Splinter Twin because, someone took our Kiki-Jiki. We're looking for Opposition or Mystic Confluence. Those are both good. So let's see. Opposition, we have Monastery Mentor and Pack Rat. Mystic Confluence is just good. It's just normal good. So I think that we take Mystic Confluence here. We might not end up playing the Deceiver Exarch because we don't have the Kiki-Jiki. Restoration and Zealous Conscripts is still just good cards. So I'm going to take this Mystic Confluence, passing up on the mana fixing that we don't need. I'd like to get this Ralzeric back. I'd like for that to wield. That would be great. So we have interesting things like Brain Freeze, which we were just talking about how we could just get our opponent there. There's also Chrome Mox and Temple of Truths. Or Temple of Triumph. Also things like Avalanche Riders and Restoration Angel really punish our opponents for taking our Kiki away from us. I think it really is Avalanche Riders or Temple of Triumph. I think those are our choices there. There's also Gideon, which Gideon just can make, just make tokens, take over the game. Maybe it's a Gideon. Maybe we don't play this Duretti because it's just bad. Yeah, let's try Gideon. I don't really want to do the Avalanche Riders thing. So let's do the Gideon thing. Ooh, goodness. Oh, it's all here. So I want these 3 cards. Flooded Strand is good because it gets red, blue, black. Volcanic Island is obviously good. Turns this Arid Mesa into a red, white, blue fetch land. Red, white, blue, black. Then there's also Moldrifter, which is just very good with things like Restoration Angel. Oh boy. I'm gonna take the fetch land because it's good with Jace. Just getting that shuffle effect. And passing up on these 2. Hopefully getting like Unexpectedly Absent back. But we'll take the Flooded Strand. Wow. Wow. So there's the Fast Bond. There's also Boros Signet and Elspeth. Wormcoil Engine. Casual Fire and Ice. So I think the choices here are Wormcoil Engine, Boros Signet, Elspeth. With Fire and Ice being 4th, Linvala being 5th. Right now, we don't have, like, a seriously big card to win the game. Elspeth is a card that could just win the game, along with, like, a Gideon emblem. And also, Boros Signet is just good. Just regular good. I really like Wormcoil Engine, and I really like Boros Signet, but I think it's going to be Elspeth. And I think this is just what we're going to do. Is just be the Planeswalker deck. Just be the Planeswalker deck. Here, I think it's probably Reflector Mage. There's a Skull Clamp. Whoa. There's a Skull Clamp that goes well with, like, the Mentor tokens, the Elspeth tokens. Gideon tokens, I guess, are good with it. Can equip it to Phantasmal Image. No, that doesn't work with Phantasmal Image. It does work with Pack Rats, though. Reflector Mage is good against creatures. Not many creatures in this cube. Skull Clamp is definitely cute. It's definitely cute, but I think it's the Reflector Mage. It's just a body. It's good with Restoration Angel. We'll just go with that. All right, here I think the pick is probably Disenchant. Just a good sideboard card. There's also things like Wheel, which I don't think that we're wheeling. Disenchant is just very good in this cube. Like, it kills Metalworker, Disc, Greaves, kills all the Moxen, kills Signets. Just great. Just a great card. Secure the Waste is interesting because of things like Gideon. So we can just, like, end of turn make, like, 6 guys. Play Gideon, Emblem, kill you. There's also things like Revel Arc, which is good with Monastery Mentor, Reflector Mage, Phantasmal Image. Not these. I think I'm going to take the Secure the Wastes here. Pass up on the Revel Arc. I could be wrong with that, though. That's an interesting one. With the Black Splash, Lingering Souls actually looks very interesting. So I'll take Lingering Souls. Our Black Splash is very subtle, but very cool. Through the Breach is not for us. Life Pain Zombie, I don't see us ever playing that. It's like land tax. Okay. Ooh, Temple of Triumph Wield. I'll take that. And nothing for us. I'm going to take this Mizzy Mortars, though. We may actually play it. Well, this is just unacceptable. There's no respect. I'm going to take this Westvale Abbey because it's good with Secure the Waste, Gideon tokens, Elspeth tokens. But that is disrespectful. Fast Bond is like one of the best cards in this cube. All right, we'll take a Fiend Hunter. Fiend Hunter plus Restoration Angel. If we're playing against like a fair deck, we could definitely bring this in. And then you play this, put its trigger on the stack, targeting something, and then you Restoration Angel it. Wow, Revelar came back. That's amazing. You put its trigger on the stack. So when its trigger is on the stack, you then Restoration Angel it, and so then it leaves play. So it says it leaves play, return the creature, and then the exile creature then happens afterwards. This is a brand new creature, so if the brand new Fiend Hunter comes back into play or leaves play, that creature that's exiled, it's exiled. It's gone. It's gone forever. You can't get it back. I hope I explained that well. This is I was just thinking about that. I'm like, man, what a mess. But yeah, anyways, play Fiend Hunter, play with the trigger on the stack, play Restoration Angel on it, and watch your opponent's creature just get exiled forever. I'm gonna take out this Mizzy Mortars. If we play against a deck with creatures in it, or yeah, a deck against us with creatures in it, we'll bring in the Mizzy Mortars. But otherwise, I think this is good. Bring these guys in. We just have the Miser Bonfire that we can get off of Jace. Add some lands. I'm sure it'll be a lot of mountains and plains and islands. One swamp. No, we don't even need the one swamp. We can just do that because it's really just Pack Rat. We can get the swamp off of this. We can get the swamp off of this or this or this. And then we also have, like, it's only Lingering Souls and Pack Rat that need it. Cool. All right. Yeah, I think this is our deck. I think this looks good. So thank you for watching this draft. See you all for round 1.